Here are 8 of my favorite online tools and how I use them to improve my games. Dungeon.app. Dungeon will generate high-resolution dungeons ready to use in your favorite virtual tabletop. With just a few clicks of your mouse, you can create entire sprawling dungeons or caves. It is a powerful little tool in that it lets you build and then go further and create the dungeon that you want. It allows you to pick the themes, size, and tile size to fit a litany of styles and systems, including D&D and Pathfinder. Again, it is a completely free tool, but you can head over to Dungeon Channel's Patreon, and for as little as $3, you get access to maps that work within Fantasy Grounds and with Roll20's dynamic lighting system. I personally love using Dungeon for those nights that I have a one-shot. I'll roll up a map, and then maybe I'll go over to TikTok or YouTube, and I'll pull up a couple of different random encounters, shops, NPCs, whatever have you, to fill out this location and just run my players through it. Just kind of a hodgepodge of adventure, if you would. Kenku.fm. Kenku.fm is a media sharing tool that plugs right into your Discord and allows you to build audio banks to use for your next D&D game. It also allows for on-the-fly use of linked media from sites like, well, YouTube. With Discord's recent crackdown on a few unsavory bots that did similar things, it is nice to have something that is both well-designed and by people in our hobby. Oh, and it is also super accessible cost-wise. It is built on a pay-what-you-want model, but the bare minimum that you can input is $0, therefore getting it for free. So for those of us that might not be able to afford it today, you can get it for free and then come back and support the team later on down the line. I highly recommend spending the $5 if you have it to support the team. It's an incredibly flexible and useful tool that I use in every one of my sessions. I turn the volume down to about half as it's just sitting in the call, and I use it to play ambient sounds in the background. And if you're looking for high quality ambient sounds to play during your D&D game, I suggest looking up Sleepspell. You can find it wherever podcasts are found or even here on YouTube. Little spoiler alert, I produce them. They are meant to be white noise soundscapes to fall asleep to, or something that can inspire your D&D game or be used in something like Kenku.fm as ambient background to really set the mood for your game. So again, that's Sleepspell Podcast, wherever you find podcasts, or here on YouTube, and then just plug them right on into Kenku.fm. Roll Advantage. RollAdvantage.com's token creator is a custom token maker that allows you to input your own images and in a couple of clicks, create tokens for them. So if you have custom artwork for your players, or maybe you found some really cool images online, heck, you could even just grab a picture of your players, import them into Roll Advantage's token maker, and in a couple of quick clicks, it exports a token that is very easy to just then drag and drop into your VTT. Donjon. I feel like there's very little I need to say about Donjon. It's a classic D&D staple tool that comes with everything from an initiative tracker to monster stats. I was first introduced to Donjon, I think it was probably 8 to 10 years ago, if not further. I will say my favorite tool on Donjon has to be either the random encounter generator or the random magic shop generator, just because it kind of takes the brunt of trying to figure out what to do in a one-off surprise situation where the players decided to go down a path I wasn't necessarily planning for them to go down. And then there is whatabout.itch.io. This is probably my favorite and most used resource on this list. They have dozens of generators that I have used in so many different situations. I could do a whole video on the different generators that they have, but for the sake of time, I will pick 3 that I use more often than not. The village generator. Within seconds, you have a visual representation of a village that your players may have stumbled upon. By clicking enter on the map, you can roll through a variety of different villages or hit the M key and tailor the map to your needs. The rune generator. A simple rune generator that can add great visuals for random puzzles in your dungeon or just for secret symbols within a book. And then finally, there is the one-page dungeon generator. Not only does this tool build a small little map that you can export to use in your VTT, it also creates encounters, items, and more for your players to run into. I once ran an entire session with one of these. The players raided the mayor's house, and after some investigation rolls and collaborative storytelling, there turned out to be an entire hidden crypt below the manor that held a magical knife. Now, I know what many of you are thinking, oh, this is just Dungeon with extra steps. And you're totally right. Each one kind of fits its own little need and niche. So whichever one you prefer, I've used both, just whatever one came to the top of the mind first. I like using the one-page dungeon generator when I don't want to have to plan anything. Tetra-cube.com. Monster stats, home-brewed monster stats, magic item generators, and a character generator all under one roof. TetraCube is an incredible resource for online DMs of any caliber. Simply having access to the WotC written stat blocks for all of the monsters in print marks this as one of the greats. Everything else, it's really just a bonus. With a few clicks and writing, you can create your own monsters and even go full mad scientist and combine monsters from across the game. Then, when you are done, head over and get magical items from the DMG or get a wildly unique one generated for you. And then head over to the character generator and create PCs or NPCs on the fly with everything you need to run them effectively. An image, how they interact with others, and so much more. That's what I just feel like the site is. More. And of course, they have a Ko-fi. You can head on over, donate $3 to support the team. DM Tools, note this is one of the newer websites that I have found, and admittedly one of the ones that I have used the least because I use sites like Donjon and others to fill the niche that this does, but it might work for some of you out there, and thus it made the list. DM Tools has a few tools baked in, with more being added over time. The main feature, though, of the website is their initiative tracker, which works well and doesn't really reinvent the wheel. They also added in Power Word, a Wordle clone that gives you a clue based on what feature of the game it is highlighting. They are also adding in a dungeon generator, but it looks like it still has some room for improvement in my opinion. And as an added bonus, here's number 9, Waldo's Guides. Yes, I did save the best for last. Waldo's Guides are created by the first Waldo over on TikTok, and each one of their generators is incredibly powerful. You can get anything from travel, stores, spells, cities, NPCs, monsters, taverns, and dungeon generators that are ready to use and make your games feel fresher. When using their generators, you get everything you need to make the thing feel organic and easy to use as a DM. For the taverns, what drinks are being sold and how much do they cost? What is the bartender like? How much is a room for the night? Are there specialty drinks? And what about the patrons? It literally covers everything that you will need. And one of the most amazing ones on the website that I find myself using time in and time out is the travel generator. In a quick little grid, it gives you everything from random encounters, weather phenomena, things to hunt, and ingredients to forage for. So it really allows everyone in your party to get something more out of travel than just, we walked for 5 miles to the next village in the blink of an eye. Have the druid go out and forage for things like mandrake roots, sprigs of mistletoe, and maybe even large butterfly. And then your ranger can go out and hunt some goat, giant weasel, or maybe even a rhinoceros, while the rest of the party deals with a weird meteor shower that just happened to strike this patch of road. It's incredible. I use these generators all the time, and I hope you do too. If you do wind up using Waldo's tools, head over to TikTok, let them know that Merlin sent you, or even sign up over on their Patreon to support them month to month. And now, this is but a fraction of the tools that are available online for DMs to use in their next game. Please, in the comments, let me know if you use any of these, or maybe you have a tool that I've never even heard of. Let me know, drop it in the comments, and let's all get excited and support the wider D&D community by utilizing these tools. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please, on your way out, hit the subscribe button, and as always, friends, happy adventuring.